Unto me. Say, why are you crying unto me, read?
Speak unto the children of Israel that they go forward.
Speak unto the children of Israel and that we go forward. Keep on marching on, read.
But lift thou up thy rod, and stretch out thine hand over the sea, and divide it, and the children of Israel shall go on dry ground through the midst of the sea.
Say, lift up your rod, and the sea shall divide. And we, as the children of Israel, went over the sea on dry ground. Go ahead.
Verse 17. And I, behold, I will harden the hearts of the Egyptians, and they shall follow them, and I will get me honor upon Pharaoh.
Hear that? It's all about the Most High. Y'all got to hear this. And he has the spirit. Hamashiach Yahushua is there, but the Most High is getting the honor. He'll use Hamashiach Yahushua, angels. It all goes back to the honor of the Most High. He the ones that's in control of everything. Remember, he knows the secret parts of man, know everything. That's why he has Pharaoh's heart hardened and the Egyptians' heart hardened, that they continue to follow us into the Red Sea. Remember, we going across the Red Sea in dry ground. Go ahead.
And I will get me honor upon Pharaoh.
So then he going to get himself honor upon Pharaoh, read.
And upon all his host.
And upon all his army. Hosts mean armies. Go ahead.
Upon his chariots. And upon his horsemen.
Go ahead.
And the Egyptians shall know that I am the Most High.
Man, can't get no clearer than that. Egyptians going to know that he is the Most High. Read.
When I have gotten me honor upon Pharaoh, upon his chariots, and upon his horsemen.
Hey, y'all better hear this. Gonna be the same thing. I can start precepting about what he gonna do to our oppressors in this time when he get himself honor upon all their chariots, their stealth bombers and their flying saucers and everything that they have on the left hand side that Shaitan allowed them to be able to create. Since they're rolling with him, you see what I'm saying? It's gonna be a very, very powerful galactical battle. But we know what the end result is, because Mashiach Abshadon told us, the Army, Navy, Marines, and Air Force will come against him, and he gonna burn them all up, every one. So ain't gonna be nothing but dust and smell of smoke. 2nd Ezra 13, 9 to 10. Read it for yourself. That's the end result. That's why the nation gonna be clean with us. Ain't gonna be no more security, no forces, major forces, armed forces in this world anymore. But Mashiach Yahushua and the holy angels and 144,000 from each of the tribes of Israel he gonna set up on this earth to rule forever and ever and ever. Come on.
Chapter 14 and verse 19. And the angel of the Most High.
Read it again.
And the angel of the Most High.
Is this a destroyer? Is this the destroyer?
Come.
Is this not a Mashiach Yahushua? He just told you in 1 Corinthians 10, right?
Come.
Go ahead.
And the angel of the Most High.
A Mashiach Yahushua, read.
Which went before the camp of Israel.
We read who it was. Go ahead.
Removed and went behind them.
So he removed from us following him and went behind us. We remember he said go forward. So how do we go forward? Because the pillar of the cloud, if it was in the daytime, went before us. So this pillar of the cloud stopped going from where it was leading us forward, went behind us. Go ahead.
And the pillar of the cloud went from before their face and stood behind them.
And stood behind us. Come on.
And it came between the camp of the Egyptians and the camp of Israel. And there was a cloud and darkness to them.
Yeah, see, it came between the camp of Israel and the Egyptians. And it was a cloud and darkness to them. They couldn't see it, right?
But it gave light by night to these, so that the one came not near the other all the night.
Right, go ahead.
And Moses stretched out his hand over the sea. And the Most High, Hamashiach Yahushua, caused the sea to go back by a strong east wind all that night, and made the sea dry land, and the waters were divided.
And the waters were divided. You see that in the movies. They show that in Hollywood's movies and so forth. The waters were divided. Go ahead.
And the children of Israel went into the midst of the sea upon the dry ground, and the waters were a wall unto them on their right hand, and on their left.
So you got water on the right hand, water on the left hand. But we going across the sea on dry ground. He made the ground so it'd be dry. Go ahead.
And the Egyptians pursued and went in after them to the midst of the sea, even all Pharaoh's horses and chariots and his horsemen.
So they chasing us. They going into the sea. They see that we're in the sea. They gonna go into the sea too, right?
And it came to pass that in the morning watch the Most High, while Hamashiach Yahushua looked into the host of the Egyptians through the pillar of fire and of the cloud, and troubled the host of the Egyptians.
See, he looked through the pillar of the fire and of the clouds. I said night, remember the chariots of fire. So when it came to be daytime, he looked into the cloud and troubled the army of the Egyptians. Read. Verse 25.
Verse 25. And took off their chariot wheels, that they drave them heavily, so that the Egyptians said, let us flee from the face of Israel. For the Most High, while Hamashiach Yahushua fighteth for them against the Egyptians.
Say, he took off their wheels in the midst of the sea. He said, let us flee from the face of Israel. For the Most High, while Hamashiach Yahushua fighteth for them against the Egyptians. They looking at, hey, remember, verse 19.
Verse 19. And the angel of the Most High, which went before the camp of Israel, removed and went behind them.
See, go ahead.
And the pillar of the cloud went from before their face and stood behind them.
Yeah, so this is the Most High, but he's using the angel of the Most High, who is Hamashiach Yahushua, as a spirit or as an angel. Took the chariot wheels off. So I say, when y'all look at what's going to go down, I mean, this is nothing. I mean, he created everything. You know what I'm saying? He created everything. He's in part of creating everything. So you think he don't know how to do whatever he's going to do?
Come.
You know what I mean? Like, do this. I mean, he made things visible and invisible. You know, a lot of people gonna flip out when they see certain things that's invisible start to happen around you. Don't can't flip out because he already made these things. You should know these things so that when it happens, they can't do nothing to you. You can only do something to yourself because you're afraid. So you're afraid of entities that you should already know about. Seriously. He made things visible and invisible. So invisible spirits took the wheels off. Chariots. Boop. I mean, you gotta think, they rolling. He just went down there, poof, took their wheels off. Because you know they was on there so they wouldn't come off. So it ain't like they just unscrewing things. They just, poof, bolts and everything comes off, just poof, knocks them off. Go ahead.
Verse 26. And the Most High, while Hamashiach Yahushua said unto Moses, stretch out thine hand over the sea, and the waters may come again upon the Egyptians, upon their chariots and upon their horsemen. And Moses stretched forth his hand over the sea, and the sea returned to his strength, when the morning appeared, and the Egyptians fled against it. And the Most High, while Hamashiach Yahushua overthrew the Egyptians in the midst of the sea.
So he's drowning them. That's what he's doing. They thinking that since the walls, the sea is on this side, or the right side, or the left side, they can roll through the sea as we were in dry ground. The Most High said, stretch forth your rod, and start to close in on them and drown them. Because I think I do believe these chariots are in a museum in Cairo, Egypt. Right now, they found them in the sea. Go ahead.
Verse 28. And the waters returned, and covered the chariots, and the horsemen, and all the host of Pharaoh that came into the sea after them. There remained not so much as one of them.
Right, he killed every last one of them. Pharaoh and all his chariots. Read.
But the children of Israel walked upon dry land in the midst of the sea, and the waters were a wall unto them on their right hand and on their left.
So you gotta look at it. We going through the sea, and the water's on the right hand, the left hand, and all of a sudden he turns around and puts his rod out, and that part of the sea drowns them. This part of the sea we still walking on dry ground. It's a miracle. Just the power of the Most High, while Hamashiach Yahushua. Verse 30.
Verse 30. Thus the Most High, while Hamashiach Yahushua saved Israel that day out of the hand of the Egyptians, and Israel saw the Egyptian dead upon the seashore. And Israel saw that great work which the Most High, while Hamashiach Yahushua did upon the Egyptians. And the people feared the Most High, Wahamashiach Yahushua, and believed the Most High, Wahamashiach Yahushua, and his servant Moses.
You know why? 1 Corinthians 1:22. It's a shame. Because you know they doubted. They cried to the Most High, prayed to the Most High, and the first thing they did was doubt. No sooner they finished crying to the Most High. That's our people. Oh, it's got to be something really bad. Got to be something out of it. I think that's what I want. Read that.
1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 22. For the Jews require a sign.
So there it is. There it is, man. The Israelites require a sign. Because the first thing they did was cry to the Most High when they see the Egyptians coming. No, so they cried, they done prayed to the Most High, crying to the Most High. Then next thing you know, they're going to doubt him. That's why we have to fast and pray. Because we got demons in high places against us. Together as a nation. So we can see the glory and the power of the Most High and the Mashiach Yahushua in our time. Against our enemies. That's totally against us. In high places. Exodus 15:1.
Exodus chapter 15, verse 1. Then sang Moses and the children of Israel this song unto the Most High, Wahamashiach Yahushua, and spake, say, I will sing unto the Most High, Wahamashiach Yahushua, for he hath triumphed gloriously. The horse and his rider hath he thrown into the sea.
They singing it, they done made a song up. They singing a song to the Most High. The Mashiach Yahushua, the Most High. He done overthrew Pharaoh and his chariots and his men, the Egyptians, and thrown them into the sea. Go ahead.
Verse 2. The Most High Wahamashiach Yahushua is my strength and song, and he is become my salvation. He is my power, and I will prepare him an habitation, my father's power, and I will exalt him. The Most High Wahamashiach Yahushua is a man of war. The Most High is his name.
Right, so it said the Most High is a man of war. See? They're establishing it right here. That's why the nations know this. That's why they change our names that have the Most High within our names. You see? Yah. Most of the time we had Yah in our names. You see what I'm saying? You can't deny that. So they change our names so we don't. It's like we can learn our language just through the names that we call ourselves. You see what I'm saying?
Come.
So this is why they changed our name, because we had the Most High, like I said, his name was within our name, even with Yashar Allah. You see? His name was within our name as a nation. So they don't want us to call on our power, because you see what our power is able to do. He's a man of war. In war, you have strategies of how you're going to defeat your enemies. Go ahead.
Verse 4. Pharaoh's chariots and his hosts hath he cast into the sea. His chosen captains also are drowned in the Red Sea. The depths have covered them. They sank into the bottom as a stone. Thy right hand, O Most High, is become glorious in power.
Uh-oh. Hear what it said? What did it say?
Thy right hand, O Most High, is become glorious in power.
So now, read Exodus 14 and 18 again.
Exodus chapter 14 and verse 18.
No. Verse 19.
And the angel of the Most High, which went before the camp of Israel, removed and went behind them. And the pillar of the cloud went from before their face and stood behind them.
So this is hip talk. If you can understand things in the spirit, because if you think the Most High is just one dimension, you ain't one dimension. We get angry, we get riled up, and we deal with love and compassion and humility and a broken and contrite spirit. And we can wild out if necessary. We come from wilding out. I know how to do that very well. We learned that very, very well. So this the part we gotta get. The humility and the broken and contrite spirit and all that, because people say, you just mean, you just rah. We know how to do that very, very well. You gotta be a warrior. I mean, the Most High, man of war. We know how to be warriors, but it's a balance. It's a balance here. Would you see what he said? Verse 6.
Verse 6. Thy right hand, O Most High, is become glorious in power.
See, the right hand, we already told you in 1 Corinthians 10:4, that was the Mashiach Yahushua. Where did he go to? Where did he go to? The right hand of the Most High. Where he sent to? Back to the what? Right hand of the Most High, where he came from. Get this prayer, man, and look what he said in St. John 17:5.
Book of St. John, chapter 17, verse 5.
Right.
And now, O Father, glorify thou me with thine own self.
So he's saying, glorify thou me with your own self, Most High. That's what he's talking about, read.
With the glory which I had with thee before the world was.
Hear that? With the glory that Hamashiach Yahushua had with the Most High. When?
Before the world was.
Because the Most High created everything by Hamashiach Yahushua. We read Revelation 3:14. The Most High created Hamashiach Yahushua. Then the Most High had Hamashiach Yahushua create everything else. So he's praying to the Most High in the flesh that he wants to be with the Most High and have the glory which Hamashiach Yahushua had with the Most High before the world was. So now, where is he at? Get Acts 2:33.
Book of Acts, chapter 2.
So where was he at before the world was? Let's read.
Book of Acts, chapter 2, verse 33.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, being by the right hand.
Where?
By the right hand.
Where?
By the right hand.
Therefore, being by the right hand. Go ahead.
Of the Most High, exalted.
Exalted, read.
And having received of the Father the promise of the Holy Spirit, he has shed forth this, which ye now see and hear.
That's right. And that's real. Through the Holy Spirit of what you hearing and seeing now. But those that have ears to understand, they hear. And the eyes to see. So go back to Exodus 15, verse 6.
Exodus chapter 15, verse 6. Thy right hand, O Most High,
That's hip talk. Your right hand, Most High. Go ahead.
is become glorious in power.
Yeah, Mashiach Yahushua has become glorious in power, read.
Thy right hand, O Most High, hath dashed in pieces the enemy.
You hear what he say? I mean, do it make sense?
Right.
It make perfect sense, right?
Right.
I mean,
Clearer than day.
it's like the simplicity of a Mashiach Yahushua. It's simplicity. It's simple. But you can make it deep because you've been taught to go into that deep spirit when it's easy. You look at these precepts, it makes it easy for you to understand. But go ahead.
Verse 7. And in the greatness of thine excellency, thou hast overthrown them that rose up against thee. Thou sentest forth thy wrath, which consumed them as stubble.
Woo.
And with
Go ahead.
the blast of thy nostrils, the waters were gathered together.
You know, the blast of his nostrils. That's your nostrils. That's your nostrils right here. 2 little holes right there. He said, with the blast of your nostrils, the waters were gathered together. Moses said, just blow out of your nose. Y'all want to say y'all dealing with the Most High, right? You would say the blast of his nostrils. Just blow out your nose. That's the Most High, y'all. We talking about the Red Sea. And y'all think y'all dealing with the Most High. Go ahead.
And with the blast of thy nostrils, the waters were gathered together.
Wow.
The flood stood upright as an heap,
Yes.
and the depths were congealed in the heart of the sea.
That's right, boy. Man. Hello, y'all. Man, oh man. Look, get Job 4 and 7 and read down to verse 9. Wow. It's deep.
Job chapter 4 verse 7.
Right.
Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished, being innocent,
Most High say, hey, whoever perished being innocent. Go ahead.
or where were the righteous cut off?
Where were the righteous cut off, read?
Even as I have seen, they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same.
Right. Those they that plow iniquity, wickedness and sins, and sow wickedness reap the same. They reap the same. How?
By the blast of the Most High,
By
they
the
perish.
blast of the Most High, they what?
They perish.
They perish, read.
And by the breath of his nostrils are they consumed.
By what?
By the breath of his nostrils are they consumed.
Yeah, by the breath of his nostrils, the two holes you got in your nose, to breathe, are they consumed, okay? So, let's go back.
Book of Exodus chapter 15 and verse 9. The enemy said, I will pursue, I will overtake, I will divide the spoil. My lust shall be satisfied upon them. I will draw my sword, my hand shall destroy them.
Yeah, just like it's no different here in this first captivity in the last captivity, y'all. That's why we have a power, the ultimate power that the elite knows about. They don't know him as we do, because like they can listen now and be like, whack, 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 whack. What are they talking about? What are they saying? What are they, across the board? Because we know the end result is already here, the past, the present, and the future. The Most High is not a man, he should lie, so we know the end result. That's why I don't believe that everything that's a mystery and that's written in allegories and parables should be revealed to everyone. That's why people say, you ain't put that out? No, I didn't put it out. You better get it while you can get it. Because it's not, if you want everybody to have it, then why can't you just read it and understand it? Certain things, yeah, in the spirit, to elevate the Most High and the Mashiach Yahushai to the best of our abilities, that we can rise after the Most High rise, and the Mashiach Yahushai rise, then Israel gonna rise. We ain't rising before them. You understand? It's all about, you see what we read about, who's getting a name? The Most High. You understand?
Come.
This is what it's all about. So the Most High gonna get a name. He gonna get a name. And as he get a name, Mashiach Yahushai gonna get a name because he come to judge and make war with the power of the Most High. Then we gonna rise. Can't nobody stop that. Whether we hear or not, it's gonna happen. Period. And the elite know that we got next. They know that part. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's why when you look at the Zondervan Bible Dictionary, it says Edom figures prominently in the prophetic scriptures as a seed of great future judgment. She's the only neighbor of the Israelites who is not given any promise of mercy from the Most High, and give scriptures to back it up. Mm-hmm. Right?
Come.
So here it is. That's the elite. That's from the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. So they know this. They don't know the Most High, but they know that they're not giving any mercy from the Most High. So what you think, they don't give you mercy? People? Children of Israel? No. That's why we only have the Most High to depend on. Just like they cry to the Most High, but you can't doubt. That's why it's about faith. That's what Mashiach said all the time. Are you faithless generation? Faithless, faithless, faithless. You know, why you don't believe in the Most High? You say you believe in him, but when it comes time to believe in him, then you let him down by doubting him. That's the first thing they did. They cried to the Most High. They said, oh, Moses, you brought us out here to die. What's the point of crying to the Most High if you don't believe in him? Then he came through and you seen what he did. Before that, like I said, all them 10 plagues he put on them. And we was sitting over in Goshen, the land of Goshen, chilling. Nothing happening. Those are major plagues he put on the Egyptians until the point where he killed their firstborn, male, everything. And we seen it. He said, get all their goods. Just like we're going to own all Esau's possession, it says, right? Mm-hmm. Same thing. Then you have those that's going to doubt. You better understand this. This is real. Go ahead.
Exodus chapter 15. Verse 10. Thou didst blow with thy wind. The sea covered them. They sank as lead in the mighty waters.
So out of his nostrils came this wind. Go ahead.
Who is like unto thee, O Most High, among the idols?
Yeah, who is like the Most High among the idols? Read.
Who is like thee, glorious in holiness, fearful in praises, doing wonders?
See? Praising him. Giving them all the praise. Come on.
Thou stretchest out thy right hand.
Thou stretches out what?
Thy right hand.
Who?
Hamashiach Yahushua.
God, that right hand.
Right.
That stretches out. Abashiach Yahushua, read.
The earth swalloweth them.
Earth swalloweth them. Come on.
Thou in thy mercy hast led forth the people which thou hast redeemed. Thou hast guided them in thy strength unto thy holy habitation. The people shall hear and be afraid. Sorrow shall take hold on the inhabitants of Palestina.
Yeah. You know, over there in that land of Israel, it's called Canaanites, telling you inhabitants of Palestina. So, just like the Palestinians living over there in that land, now they call it Palestine. So, go ahead.
Verse 15. Then the dukes of Edom shall be amazed.
Uh-oh. The dukes of Edom shall be amazed. Who call themselves dukes?
So,
Ain't no Arabs, right?
Nah,
ain't that
British or
what's his name? The cowboy, John Wayne. John Wayne was called the Duke.
the Dukes of Hazzard.
Dukes of Hazzard.
Come.
Yep. See what I'm saying? They
The
call
Dukes.
themselves Dukes.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't no Arabs, are they?
No.
Nah, they so-called Caucasians. Go ahead.
The mighty men of Moab,
Mm-hmm.
trembling, shall take hold upon them. All the inhabitants of Canaan shall melt away.
Go ahead.
Fear and dread shall fall upon them. By the greatness of thine army they shall be as still as a stone, till thy people pass over, O Most High, till the people pass over which thou hast purchased. Thou shalt bring them in and plant them in the mountain of thine inheritance, in the place, O Most High, which thou hast made for thee to dwell in the sanctuary, O Most High, which thy hands have established.
Right, man. Come on.
The Most High, while Mashiach Yahushua shall reign forever and ever. For the horse of Pharaoh went in with his chariots, and with his horsemen into the sea. And the Most High, while Mashiach Yahushua brought again the waters of the sea upon them. But the children of Israel went on dry land in the midst of the sea. And Miriam the prophetess, the sister of Aaron...
Wait a minute, stop.
Come.
Get Psalm 79. Get Psalm 79. No, not 79. 78. 78. Look at Psalm 78 and verse 49.
Psalms chapter 78, verse 49. He cast upon them the fierceness of his anger, wrath and indignation and trouble, by sending evil angels among them.
Hear that? This is what the Most High did. This is how he destroyed and brought those plagues upon the Egyptians. He sent evil angels among them. That's why it all goes in two play, as I say, the Most High have his right hand and the left hand. He sent evil angels among them to bring these plagues upon them. Read.
He made a way to his anger. He spared not their soul from death, but gave their life over to the pestilence, and smote all the firstborn in Egypt, the chief of their strength in the tabernacles of Ham.
And you know, so-called African is really called the place that Ham dwelt, the Hamites. Read.
But made his own people to go forth like sheep, and guided them in the wilderness like a flock.
That's right. Go ahead.
And he led them on safely, so that they feared not. But the sea overwhelmed their enemies.
That's what we just read about. Go ahead.
And he brought them to the border of his sanctuary, even to his this mountain, which his right hand had purchased.
Now, so you know that his right hand had purchased it, brought us to the land of Canaan, which is the land of Israel, which his right hand had purchased. By what? By what? Destroying all these nations that was there. Read. 55.
5. He cast out the heathen also before them, and divided them an inheritance by line, and made the tribes of Israel to dwell in their tents.
Okay, that's all we want for now.
Oh.
Say, go back to Exodus. Verse 19 of Exodus 15th chapter.
Exodus chapter 15, verse 19. For the horse of Pharaoh went in with his chariots and with his horsemen into the sea, and the Most High, while Mashiach Yahushua, brought again the waters of the sea upon them. But the children of Israel went on dry land in the midst of the sea.
Go ahead.
And Miriam the prophetess, the sister of Aaron, took a timbrel in her hand, and all the women went out after her with timbrels and with dances.
Right, so they had cymbals and, got the music singing and they out there dancing, read.
And Miriam answered them, Sing ye to the Most High, for he hath triumphed gloriously. The horse and his rider hath he thrown into the sea.
Yeah, so this is music. This is us, She's singing with the women, they got cymbals and, making music. Singing to the Most High, for he hath triumphed gloriously. The horse and his rider hath he drowned in the sea. Go ahead.
So Moses brought Israel from the Red Sea, and they went out into the wilderness of Shur, and they went 3 days in the wilderness and found no water.
So 3 days, they ain't find any water, read.
And when they came to Marah, they could not drink of the waters of Marah, for they were bitter. Therefore the name of it was called Marah.
So they couldn't drink of the waters. 3 days they didn't have water, so they couldn't drink of the water of Marah because it was bitter. Go ahead.
And the people murmured against Moses, saying, What shall we drink?
What shall we drink? What we gonna drink? Everything is against man. Go ahead, but the Most High gonna prove himself, read.
Verse 25. And he cried unto the Most High, and the Most High, or Mashiach Yahushua, shewed him a tree, which when he had cast into the waters were made
The
sweet.
Most High showed him a tree. Say, cast this tree into the water, and the waters were made sweet, that they could drink it, read.
There he made for them a statute and an ordinance, and there he proved them, and said, If thou wilt diligently hearken to the voice of the Most High thy power, and wilt do that which is right in his sight, and will give ear to his commandments, and keep all his statutes, I will put none of these diseases upon thee, which I have brought upon the Egyptians, for I am the Most High that healeth thee.
Right, same thing he always told us. Listen to his voice, keep his commandments. To this day, man, it's same thing. Go ahead.
And they came to Elim, where were 12 wells of water, and 70 palm trees, and they encamped there by the waters.
Okay. We moving. Go ahead.
Exodus chapter 16, verse 1. And they took their journey from Elim, and all the congregation of the children of Israel came unto the wilderness of Sin, which is between Elim and Sinai, on the 15th day of the 2nd month, after the departing out of the land of Egypt.
Right, so it's the 2nd month. The 1st month is between March and April, at least between the Esau Salakia 3rd month to the 4th month. I don't like to call them the names of the idols, you know what I mean? So we understand that Esau's 3rd month and his 4th month. That's when we came out of the land of Egypt. That's where the Passover was around that time. Go ahead. That's the 1st month of the year, mind you. Not the 1st month where you say 1 and 1, whatever year. That's not the 1st of the year, dead of winter. But read.
Verse 2. And the whole congregation of the children of Israel murmured against Moses and Aaron in the wilderness.
So they murmured against them. Read.
And the children of Israel said unto them, Would to the Most High we had died by the hand of the Most High in the land of Egypt, when we sat by the flesh pots, and when we did eat bread to the full, for ye have brought us forth into this wilderness, to kill this whole assembly with hunger. Then said the Most High, while Mashiach Yahushua, unto Moses, Behold, I will rain bread from heaven for you, and the people shall go out and gather a certain rate every day, that I may prove them, whether they will walk in my law or no.
Look, most I always got to do something. You got to remember we require what? A sign. He said, I'm gonna do something that they'll hearken to me, listen to me, and do what I say do. Man, that's crazy. Go ahead.
Verse 5. And it shall come to pass that on the 6th day they shall prepare that which they bring in, and it shall be twice as much as they gather daily.
So now he's leading up to the Sabbath, because the 6th day is the day before the Sabbath. So it says on the 6th day they shall what?
On the 6th day they shall prepare that which they bring in, and it shall be twice as much as they gather daily.
Right, so it's going to be twice as much on the 6th day. Give us an example of how we're supposed to operate for the Sabbath. Read.
And Moses and Aaron said unto all the children of Israel, At even then ye shall know that the Most High, Wahamashiach Yahushua, hath brought you out from the land of Egypt. And in the morning then ye shall see the glory of the Most High, Wahamashiach Yahushua, for that he heareth your murmurings against the Most High.
Right. See, that's what people think. They think they're murmuring against man, but they're really murmuring against the Most High.
Right.
Especially those that's bringing forth the word of the Most High, because nobody going to ask what the Most High feel about that. They just look at man. And those that are operating with the spirit of the Most High, they go against them. Read.
And what are we that ye murmur against us?
So what are we that you murmur against us? See? What we though? You murmur against us. We just like you. We out here, this wilderness right with you. You see what I'm saying? It ain't like they're not there with them. They don't have food and water, and the people don't have, you know what I mean? Like Moses and Aaron have all this, and then looking at everybody else starving. It ain't like that. Everybody's under the same condition. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
We all in the same condition. Go ahead.
Verse 8. And Moses said, This shall be when the Most High, Wahamashiach Yahushua, shall give you in the evening flesh to eat, and in the morning bread to the full, for that the Most High, Wahamashiach Yahushua, heareth your murmurings, which ye murmur against him. And what are we? Your murmurings are not against us, but against the Most High.
I'm telling them. That's what people got to hear, man. They murmured against the Most High. A lot of times, even in our time, read.
And Moses spake unto Aaron, say unto all the congregation of the children of Israel, Come near before the Most High, for he hath heard your murmurings.
See, the Most High have heard your murmurings. You better come near. And we're going to cry to the Most High, read.
And it came to pass, as Aaron spake unto the whole congregation of the children of Israel, that they looked toward the wilderness, and behold, the glory of the Most High, Wahamashiach Yahushua, appeared in the cloud.
See, when they looked toward the wilderness, the glory of the Most High appeared in the cloud. It was a Mashiach Yahushua. I'll establish it. You could get St. John 1:18, so you know that that's why it's saying that the glory of the Most High appeared in the cloud. Read that.
St. John, chapter 1, verse 18. No man has seen the Most High at any time.
Right, so go ahead.
The only begotten Son,
Who is a Mashiach Yahushua, who is the glory of the Most High, read.
which is in the bosom of the Father, he hath declared him.
So Mashiach Yahushua is declaring the Most High. Remember, the words that he speaks are the words of the Most High. The actions that he do are the actions that he see the Most High do. Come on. Go back to Exodus 16.
Exodus chapter 16.
Where it says in 10, read verse 10 again.
Exodus chapter 16, verse 10. And it came to pass, as Aaron spake unto the whole congregation of the children of Israel, that they looked toward the wilderness, and behold, the glory of the Most High, Wahamashiach Yahushua, appeared in the cloud.
No, that's the glory of the Most High appeared in the cloud. Who was a Mashiach Yahushua? You see? Appeared in the cloud. Remember, he was in the cloud. We read that in 1 Corinthians 10:4. Gave us the understanding of who was in that cloud. Go ahead.
And the Most High, Wahamashiach Yahushua, spake unto Moses, saying, I have heard the murmurings of the children of Israel. Speak unto them, say, At even ye shall eat flesh, and in the morning ye shall be filled with bread. Ye shall know that I am the Most High, your Elohim.
That's right. You will know that he is the Most High. Go ahead. Our power. Go ahead.
And it came to pass that at even the quails came up, and covered the camp. And in the morning the dew lay around about the host. And when the dew that lay was gone up, behold, upon the face of the wilderness there lay a small round thing, as small as the hoar frost on the ground. And when the children of Israel saw it, they said one to another, It is manna, for they wist not what it was. And Moses said unto them, This is the bread which the Most High, Hamashiach Yahushua, hath given you to eat.
Right. It says they didn't know what this little wafer that was on the ground was, plentiful on the ground. It said, This is the bread which the Most High, Hamashiach Yahushua, have given you to eat. Read.
This is the thing which the Most High, Hamashiach Yahushua, commanded. Gather of it every man according to his eating, an omer for every man. According to the number of your persons, take ye every man for them which are in his tents. And the children of Israel did so, and gathered some more, some less. And when they did meet it with an omer, he that gathered much had nothing over, and he that gathered little had no lack. They gathered every man according to his eating.
Right. So everybody was gathering this manna according to his eating. Look at go to St. John 6 and start at verse 31. Read verse 30, because this we done went to 1 Corinthians 10 and 22. So read this. This is showing you that Israel is really about what this word says. As far as give us a sign, but read.
St. John chapter 6 verse 30.
Come on.
They said therefore unto him, What sign shewest thou then?
See, the Jews require a sign. Go ahead.
Then we may see and believe thee. Oh, dost thou work? What does thou work?
What does thou work? Go ahead.
Our fathers did eat manna in the desert, as it is written, He gave them bread from heaven to eat.
Right. This was this manna that we speaking of now. Go ahead.
Then Hamashiach Yahushua said unto them, Verily, verily, I say unto you,
Truly, truly, I say unto you, read.
Moses gave you not that bread from heaven, but my Father giveth you the true bread from heaven.
Right. He said, Moses gave you not that bread from heaven, but the most high power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob giveth you that true bread from heaven. Read.
For the bread of the Most High is he which cometh down from heaven, and giveth life unto the world.
Hear that? For the bread of the Most High is he who is himself, which cometh down from heaven, from the right hand side of the Most High, and giveth life unto the world. Now, we got to define that world. You know what the world is? Isaiah 45:17.
Come.
Give life unto the world.
Isaiah chapter 45 verse 17. But Israel shall be saved in the Most High.
Israel shall be saved in the Most High. Read.
With an everlasting
It's
salvation.
going to last forever and ever and ever. Go ahead.
You shall not be ashamed nor confounded, world without end.
So Israel shall not be ashamed nor confused. That's what confounded, confused world without end. So it's from he came down from heaven to giveth life unto the world of Israel. Read verse 34.
Verse 34. Then said they unto him, Hamashiach, evermore give us this bread.
So they say, hey, give us this bread that's going to lead to everlasting life. Go ahead.
And Hamashiach Yahushua said unto them, I am the bread of life. He that cometh to me shall never hunger, and he that believeth on me shall never thirst. But I said unto you, that ye also have seen me, and believe not.
So you have, I say unto you, you also have seen me, and you are faithless. You are a faithless generation. You don't believe, you doubt. Go ahead.
And that the Father giveth me shall come to me.
All. Read it again.
Luckily. All that the Father giveth me shall come to me. What? And him that cometh to me, I will in no wise cast out.
So you look at the Most High got to give you the understanding of a Mashiach Yahushua, and the understanding that you're getting today and have been getting spiritually. He said, if you come to him I will in no wise cast out. Read.
For I came down from heaven, not to do mine own will, but the will of him that sent me.
He said, I come down from heaven not to do his own will, but the will of the Most High that sent him to us in the flesh to show us that it could be done. As an example. Remember, these are examples. Read.
And this is the Father's will which has sent me, that of all which he hath given me I shall lose nothing, but shall raise it up again at the last day.
That's right, man. He said, of all the Father has given him, he should lose not one. We're going to raise it up at the last day. Come on.
And this is the will of him that sent me, that every one which seeth the Son and believeth on him may have everlasting life, and I will raise him up at the last day.
That's right, man. You believe on him by Hashem Mashiach Yahushua, going to the Most High on our behalf, man. He said, I'm going to raise him up on the last day. Come on.
The Jews then murmured at him, because he said, I am the bread which came down from heaven. And they said, is not this Hamashiach Yahushua, the son of Joseph?
So now they knew. You can't deny that. I mean, they knew that this is a Mashiach Yahushua, who? The son of Joseph. The son of Joseph. Go ahead.
Whose father and mother we know.
Whose father and mother we know. They don't say that about stepfathers and all that. Show me stepfather in the Bible. You ever seen stepfather? You never seen no stepfather. You ever seen stepfather in the Bible?
Nah.
No, you don't see that. You think about it, just something to think about and contemplate on. But read.
Said, and they said, is not this Hamashiach Yahushua, the son of Joseph, whose father and mother we know?
They said that's his father and his mother is Mary. We know. Go ahead.
How is it then that he saith, I came down from heaven?
How is it then he said that I came down from heaven? We know that he came from Joseph and Mary. Point blank, that's being said. Everybody knew this. If you didn't know it, now you know it because they just said it. Read.
Hamashiach Yahushua therefore answered and said unto them, murmur not among yourselves. No man can come to me except the Father which has sent me draw him, and I will raise him up at the last day.
So ain't nobody coming to a Mashiach Yahushua unless the Most High draw you to a Mashiach Yahushua to understand this. That's why I keep telling you how, see how he's a stumbling block. He's a stone that the builders rejected. That's why a lot of people can't see him in the volume of the book, doing the will of the Most High. What is that? Whatever the Most High see, whatever the Most High does, that's what he does. Whatever you see the Most High do, that's what he does. Whatever the Most High says, that's what he say, because he's the word of the Most High. Most High speaks, his words that the Most High speak goes to a Mashiach Yahushua. He speaks those words. The action. They say no man can come to him unless the Most High bring you to a Mashiach Yahushua. Go ahead.
Verse 45. It is written in the prophets, and they shall be all taught of the Most High. Every man therefore that hath heard and hath learned of the Father cometh unto me.
See that? Every man that has heard, that has learned of the Father cometh unto a Mashiach Yahushua. So the thing you have to get in your mind is what he's giving them understanding of. Is this present, past, future? It's all of it. It's all of it. See, the Most High is not a man he shall lie, so therefore he's given us understanding from the beginning. Because where we put him right there in the very beginning, the very first verse of this Bible, right?
Right.
So here it is. He's telling us that those of old, nobody can, when you learn of the Most High, every man therefore that have heard and have learned of the Father cometh unto me. They come unto a Mashiach Yahushua. This is not something that's new. He tell them he came down from heaven. He came from what? As an angel. It's a spirit. And we all are spirits. We all had a spirit of the Most High in us. He just brings us into new flesh. You see? Just like he brought him in the flesh. To be just like us. Read.
Verse 46. Not that any man has seen the Father, save he which is of the Most High. he has seen the Father.
So ain't nobody seen the Father but he that is of the Most High. Go ahead.
Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me hath everlasting life.
Say, he that believe on him have everlasting life. He's showing us the way to have everlasting life. Read.
I am that bread of life.
He said he's that bread of life. Read.
Your fathers did eat manna in the wilderness.
So he said your forefathers did eat manna, which we're reading about now in the wilderness. Go ahead.
and are dead.
They're gone. They died. They all died off. Read.
This is the bread which cometh down from heaven, that a man may eat thereof and not die. I am the living bread which came down from heaven. If any man eat of this bread, he shall live forever. And the bread that I will give is my flesh, which I will give for the life of the world.
See, he said the bread that he's going to give is his life. His flesh had to die because there's no remission of sin without the shedding of blood. And his precious blood was shed for what? Which I will give for the life of the world. But if you don't know anything about Isaiah 45:17, as usual, be in this world without end, you see what I'm saying? Because what other nation going to say that they, in this Bible, say they going to live forever? They got promised everlasting life beside Israel. No nation. You know what I'm saying? We're the ones that we the world without end. That means everlasting life.
Come.
You see what I'm saying? To live, we have an opportunity to live forever and ever and ever.
Yeah.
See, they don't.
Right.
Only to Israel. You're going to have mercy on Jacob and yet choose Israel over and over again. Go ahead.
Verse 52. The Jews therefore strove among themselves, saying, how can this man give us his flesh to eat?
See, they out of the spirit. It's spiritual. But if you understand spiritual things, that's why I say, man, I got many things to tell you, but you can't even understand the carnal things I'm giving you. Earthly things that I'm giving you. How you understand heavenly things? Because especially now, we've been really brain polluted. You think you're on a high level of spirituality, but you're not. Well, you got to take your time and go over this. If you don't get it, you got to go over it. Especially this lesson that we're going over today. Go over it till you see this, or else it's not for you. You know, you say it's going to take one of a city, two of a family. Hate to say it, but it's going to be a whole lot of gnashing of teeth, man. But go ahead.
Verse 53. Then Hamashiach Yahushua said unto them, verily, verily, I say unto you, except ye eat the flesh of the Son of Man, and drink his blood, ye have no life in you.
Yeah, now how you going to eat? They really tripping now, though. You said as you start taking a bite out of my flesh, you gonna bite my arm, and and then you drink the blood. Once you bite my arm and start drinking the blood, is that what he's talking about? You know what I mean? Look, I mean that's carnal to the utmost, right? But listen, right. I mean just throwing it on them. Read. Whoso
eateth my flesh and drinketh my blood hath eternal life, and I will raise him up at the last day.
So you start eating me up. Oh, you gotta bite me so you get the flesh, bite the flesh, you get I start bleeding, you drink my blood. No, I ain't talking about that, man. Come on, read.
For my flesh is meat indeed, and my blood is drink indeed. He that eateth my flesh and drinketh my blood dwelleth in me, and I in him.